Welcome to week 2 of the Advanced Software Development module. I'm excited to have you back as we dive deeper into Django and start building more functional, data-driven applications. This week, we're focusing on a central part of Django's architecture, the model template view pattern. If last week was about setting up the scaffolding of your Django project, this week is about making it interactive and dynamic. So what exactly are we covering? Let's walk through the core ideas. This week focuses on topics which define Django models and create migrations. We will apply and understand Django's Object Relational Mapper, also known as ORM. We'll create and use views that interact with models and pass data to templates. Then we'll also use templates to display dynamic content. Next, we'll manipulate data using Python, not SQL. We will learn to update and delete records from your database, and we will integrate your model, view, and template logic in meaningful ways. Remember, this is still a foundational week that sets the tone for almost everything else that you'll do in Django. At the end of this week, you will be able to construct Django views, templates, and models to render dynamic content from a structured URL route. This basically means that you'll be able to use even more techniques to construct dynamic pages. You will retrieve records from a Django model using query logic and render them conditionally in a template, which means that you'll focus on using query language to filter and construct the content on pages. And then lastly, you will display database-driven content in a template by iterating over query results passed from a view. This means that by using ORM-based techniques and not SQL, or as you might know it, SQL, you'll be able to manipulate the data in your database and display it on a page. Next, let's talk about how the week is structured. Each of the first 4 days includes a micro lecture, a reading, and a practical task. These are short but focused sessions designed to keep you engaged and progressing. Each micro lecture will introduce a core concept like understanding views, templates, models, the URL conf in Django, and also delving into ORM and querying a database. After each micro lecture, you'll complete a guided reading, which includes try-it-yourself tasks to reinforce the concepts that you learn. Then, after completing the reading, you'll complete a hands-on practical task. Each of these practical tasks consists of a step-by-step guided activity, which is then followed by an independent work activity. On the final day of the week, you'll complete a quiz that checks your understanding of everything that you've covered throughout the week. You'll also do a short reflection on the quiz. You can think of this as a chance to pause and ask yourself, what was easy, what was difficult, and where do I need to focus next week? There's also a weekly project task. So in addition to the daily activities, you'll also continue a project that runs throughout the module. Each week, you'll complete a small project milestone that contributes to a fully functional Django web application by the end of week 6. Now, in this week's project task, we will focus on introducing a model, storing data in a database, and displaying the data using ORM and templates. Now, toward the end of the week, you'll spend some time revising all of the concepts that we've covered. This isn't just passive review. You'll go over your work and solidify your understanding of the concepts covered. You'll also find a glossary of key terms like ORM and CRUD to help you get comfortable with the language we'll be using throughout the module. Finally, we'll ask you to state, in a discussion forum, which part of the MTV structure do you find the most challenging so far? This gives you a bit of insight into how others perceive MTV and help each other clarify some concepts that you might find challenging. So to sum up, Week 2 is all about learning how to connect your project to a database, modify the data, and display it on a page. You'll be writing real code, building real features, and setting the stage for the weeks ahead. You'll come away from this week with a database connected project and a deeper understanding of how you can build Django databases without using SQL. So take your time, follow the steps, and reach out if you have any questions. Very importantly though, enjoy the process of integrating a database into your dynamic Django site. Let's get started.